Oh. Ready for the vibe dawn. Yeah. Go Texans, Houston Texans versus the Super Bowl champions. Playoff game, the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah. Big game today in Houston, Texas. And for the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, I think they play at Arrowhead Stadium, I believe. So not here in Houston. Oh, so a really tough game for Houston, right? For the Texans. Uh, uh, have yourself a merry little Christmas. Ooh. One, one Christmas, I emailed Chris Shit Smeller, Chris Smeller. I call him Shit Smeller, but an old ex-friend, and I emailed him Merry Liftmas, and he was like Merry Liftmas to you. It was like 10 years ago, or something like that, about a decade ago. Yeah. Have that coffee. He stole my Merry. He took my phrase Merry Liftmas. Oh well. Chris Smeller has always been unoriginal. He's always been like a copycat. Yeah, there's so many dull people that are like the Chinese communists. They just steal ideas and they don't invent any of their own. They just steal ideas because they don't have any of their own. Yeah, there's a lot of muggles out there, huh? A lot of dullards. Yeah, there's a lot of them. There's almost too much muggles and too much dullards out there. It's almost too many of these kind of guys. So these kind of characters. Oh, well. We'll always be outnumbered, but we'll never be outgunned. Okay, so what? Let's see. So the bacon grease can be used for. I love the commercial where it's like where it's these they found like the hottest babes that they could find on the planet, and it's for they found the sexiest chicks that you could ever imagine in any model, any porno, anything, and they put them all in the same cologne advertisement to imply that if you wore this cologne as a man, that you would get the hottest pussy in the world or something like that. So that's marketing at its finest. Wear this cologne and you'll be in like blonde supermodel pussy all of a sudden. Okay, whatever. But hey, that's advertising, right? Let's do a little. So what happened was Thursday morning. Norrington, his attorney, is saying entirely unusual. Thursday morning, he came to New York thinking he was going to be arraigned So the Mega Millions lottery goes to $1 billion right on Christmas Eve. Wow. I think I might play me a few. Ooh. So we're gonna make some excellently browned hash browns. Put a little olive oil and some butter. So here we go. We're gonna fry those up. Ooh, make some good shit. Make some good shit, you know. So these are the Herberty Butts hash browns. Yeah. Herberty Butts. Herberty Butts. Oh. Going to the butts. Going to the butts. The butts. Going to the Butts grocery. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Going to the Butts grocery. Oh yeah. But you know, Food Town is an interesting grocer because it's like, because it has ghetto charm to it. There's like sometimes the ghetto is scary, but sometimes the ghetto has a charm, and so that's a delicate balance in the ghetto. So some ghettos are like really scary, where you're like ah, and then some ghettos, some ghetto grocers are like, oh, that's charming. It's like, oh wow, it's like grocery for poor people. It's like wow. You know, like sometimes the ghetto can be charming. That's all I'm saying. I've always been charmed by the ghetto nature of Food Town. I've been thinking about it, you know, since I grew up near a food town, and in Klein, going to Klein High School in Klein Spring area, and North Houston. So colloquial, using those big words today, those big boy words. I'm impressed. Colloquial. There you go. No, I like the Mick Juggernauts. Mick Juggernauts, Jesse Ridgway. He does his YouTube video, and then he's smoking a cigar and having a few drinks with some guy that promises to get Jesse Ridgway into Hollywood. And he says, he says, wow, that's palpable. And then the man smoking the cigar that picked him up to promising stardom and wealth to Jesse, he goes, using those palpable, using those big boy words, are we? Oh, that part's pretty right. Or I still remember the girl in the advanced placement course in Klein High School back in the day. She was like this really sexy chick, and I was in the algebra class, and she was outside, and you know, Kerry Rock was our algebra teacher back then. He was like this really cool dude, a very '90s dude. You know, he had the beard and very '90s. You know, he was very professional, wore the suit. I mean, it was you know, all that, and. Yeah, he could have. Kerry Rock could have been an actor or something. He was really, you know. I'm sure he pulled down the panties. I'm sure he was very successful, popular with the ladies. And so this really hot babe is outside. You know, this brunette, this smoking hot chick in the advanced placement course. And then she goes, "Oh, I was being facetious." And then he's like, "What?" She goes, "Oh, I was just being facetious." And then the algebra professor is like, "Well, facetious, and I'm being sarcastic." And he goes, "Oh." Where is advanced placement girl now? Uh, Probably in some advanced places, maybe. She was hot. She probably had a few kids, unless she went full career woman, like anti reproduction of the human race. Yeah. So some of the women, some of the hot feminist chicks, they just went full blast in the career and they didn't have any children. They didn't get married. So that's a possibility. Maybe some people thought it was all about the Benjamins babies and it wasn't about having babies. It's all about the Benjamins ladies. Ooh. You gotta have a hearty breakfast for the party, Texas. Ka-ting. Yeah. So this one guy was trying to annoy me on my YouTube channel, and I haven't had a troll for I haven't had a troll in a minute. I haven't had a real serious troll for a long time. And so, I mean, a real, like, just annoying troll. Like a troll that just, like, keeps trolling and just doing ridiculous shit. And just, this one was kind of a bizarre troll. This was a weird one, okay? This was a pretty weird one. This troll I almost didn't block because the trolling was so strange. Christmas commercials and music. Yeah, I like it. I actually like Christmas stuff. I love Christmas. Yeah. I mean, if a lot of people are dying and there's a bunch of bad shit happening in your family or people it can be kind of an emotional time for sure because it's supposed to be a happy time, right? So, but if it's not a happy time, then that's a problem. Ooh, we have an English girl. Ooh, so much effort. Does she have big boobs? Let's see. Is she hot? It's so much effort. Does she look bad? No. She looks acceptable. But the MILF right there is rocking that older blonde look. That's pretty cool. All right. Yeah. Who is going to win the game? Yeah. So, you want to hear what this troll was doing? It wasn't like regular trolling, which would be like name calling or, personal insults or, whatever the fuck. Stuff like that. You're stupid. You're ugly. You're fat. You're an idiot. Stuff like that. So that's your normal kind of trolling. Kind of average trolling. Average troll. Just like, you're old, you're fat, you're ugly. That's normal trolling. You know, like boring, like standard trolling. It's mundane. It's lame. That's your average internet troll. It's just name calling and horse shit and all that. It's just your average doo doo. And but this guy kept on. He was watching my videos and the shorts, and then he'd keep on saying Canadian. He says, "Hey, you're Canadian," or he would say, "Your dog is Canadian," or he'd say, "Oh, that's a real Canadian meal." So his joke was calling me Canadian, and that was his troll, and it was a strange one at that. It was a bizarre one at that. And then one day, after being called Canadian for 20 fucking times or whatever on the channel, in the comments, I decided, well, I'm just gonna block this guy. This is like, you know, I don't know how long this is gonna go on, but I'm just gonna stop it right now. You know, I don't know how long this silly shit is. Somebody thinks they're gonna keep it going, but I'm gonna end this shit right now. You know. So I'm gonna end this shit. I put some chives in here, some butter, some olive oil. Try to make some nice crunchy hash browns. All right. Someone asked who's gonna win the game. If I was betting money, and I'm not. If I was betting money, I would bet on the Super Bowl champions and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. I would bet on the Kansas City Chiefs, and it's a home game, Arrowhead Stadium, that they're gonna whoop the Houston Texans' ass. How about that? If I was a betting man. Now, the future doesn't always turn out like I want, because I'm not God. So, yeah, if I was betting in a betting pool, I'd say the Texans were gonna get a spanking on their butts. But I realized the elasticity, the elastic nature of time. You want to say the elasticity? It's hard to say that one. The elasticity of time. Especially dealing with humans, with mortals, with flawed mortals, right? So, even the Titans can bleed, and even the mighty can fall. And so, even Achilles, the great warrior, the finest warrior of Greece, of Troy, of the Trojan War, has a weakness in his Achilles heel. So, yes. Even the finest knight can have a chink in his armor. There's always something weighing us down. There's always a weakness inside. Or even those that claim they're perfect have imperfections. So that's why war is so interesting, right? Because war, people, different sides, different combatants in wars, different soldiers, different governments have different strengths and weaknesses. That's what makes the study of battle so interesting. The study of war, the study of warfare. Like, Democrats versus Republicans, Kamala Harris versus Trump, Mozart versus Salieri. These are all like these are fascinating because every side, every force has strengths and weaknesses, and yeah. So the Russian Federation has 2,000 thermonuclear weapons. The United States has about 1,800 or so. So those are interesting. Uh, hey. So the Houston Texans are their young team, and C.J. Stroud and Mixon and Collins, they're real good. They're young and they're hungry, but they've never achieved anything except for clinching their division so far. Hey. Yo. Oh, thank you. All right. Put it underneath. Yeah. All right. So. Oh, that's still like. Yeah. Huh? What up? Oh, okay. Okay. Mm. 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 Houston, Texas. All right. Okay. So you have a team that's young and hungry. They want to be Super Bowl champions. Good God. What is he? You messed up that one. Boy, oh. Oh, should that be given to the dog? Since I messed it up a bit. Yeah, I think so. That'll just be a. So you have a young, hungry team that's not that experienced, and they've never been beyond. They've never been beyond, clinching the division deep into the playoffs, and they've never, gotten close to the Super Bowl. And then you have, however many times Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. They're experienced and they're still hungry and they're still young, relatively. So Today, the students face the master, and so we'll see how they do. But I'm not too confident that they'll win. But the Texans are a quite surprising team since they are young and hungry, and they might be eager to prove themselves. They want to prove to themselves that they're capable and mighty, and so we'll see. But if I was betting $100, I would bet against them, but fully well knowing that I could lose that $100. Because the Texans are often surprising. And so you might think the Texans are down and out, and then all of a sudden they're back up. And so they're just, yeah. The Texans are not a predictable team, very much. Maybe you can only predict that they'll have a lot of penalties, and they're kind of their own worst enemy with their penalties. So that's their only thing that is kind of predictable is they make horrible penalties, terrible fouls and stuff. So didn't the Houston Texans just cripple a man? The Al-Shari got booted out for yeah. So he lost the season because he did an illegal hit and crippled a dude. So he did a unnecessary roughness foul. So Al, no, what's his name? Al Ashar. You just call him Al Ashari because you don't know Arabic names that well, but so the Houston Texans are not very disciplined with their fouls and with their penalties. So that's the thing. They're just not. They're not experienced and disciplined enough to get it done. So so the big showdown: Patrick Mahomes versus C.J. Stroud, Houston's own, right? Houston Texans quarterback. Wow. It's going to be epic in an hour for sure. Me homie. Yeah. Then Patrick Mahomes, when they're away at these football games, they got to worry about these organized gangs breaking into their mansions while their little babies sleep and their wives. They got to worry about that shit too. About I guess the internet made it easier for people to find people. So it's a lot easier to track people down with the internet. In the old days, it was hard to find somebody's mansion. Like it was hard to find, John Lennon's mansion or something. It was difficult to find Tiger Woods' estate. But now with the internet, it's all over the place. Oh, that's where Tiger Woods. There's his mansion right there. So if somebody figures out that Tiger Woods is in Spain, then they might go invade his house with a big gang and steal all his shit. So unfortunately, the NFL, the multimillionaire NFL stars are being targeted similarly, and so yeah, I guess it started with the bling ring, right? The people that were targeting the stars. First, the criminal gangs of the bling ring going into Kate Perry's mansion and breaking in to then breaking into Taylor Swift's mansions and estates and apartments and all that, lofts and bungalows. I definitely see a time where somebody breaks into Patrick Mahomes or Taylor Swift's mansion and they're there, and you have like a Charlie Manson type massacre or some kind of, you have a major event due to these criminal gangs targeting these wealthy and famous individuals. So I don't wish it. I'm just saying, the situation looks like it's getting progressively worse. And then, of course, you have the guy that's famous for tracking people's airplanes and their private jet use, using freedom of information. So we're deep into the age in the 21st century of information warfare. So, which is well beyond usual stalking, like it's beyond the pale of like your normal person obsessed with another person. You know, we've got full on information warfare with tracking and everything. People hunting wealthy and famous people in a major way, and tracking their movements and doxing and dumping information all over the place. A very serious information age warfare, and so not only do the NFL players have to worry about winning their games and providing for their families, but they also have to worry about the criminal elements. So, well, go Texans. Yeah. This is Aggie. I gotta take a shit. That's serious. Got to get that. Well, the breakfast is not complete without the OJ. Oh, yay. Now the breakfast is complete. Yes. All right. Happy holidays. Go Texans. Time for the Saturday Saturday play. Yeah. Woo. You know it. Baby Ooch.